Next, we're going to look into the planning and the schedule of a project in Project Online and compare to how the schedule engine in Projectum xPM works. So let's start by going here to the schedule. And of course, here I'm presented with all the tasks and phases and stages that I have in the schedule when the start and finish status. And of course, I can also expand it here to see if any kind of people are assigned to these tasks. Now, assigning people is simply by choosing the drop down, but right now I don't have anyone on my team. So I'll just go into the projects area and build team to add some people to my project. And I'm just going to add Andreas here, Anne-Katrine, Kasper, and a few other people here. And then I can save and close that. And now I can start assigning people in here to the individual tasks. And I can, of course, just drag down here. Just like that, and I have assigned people to all the tasks in my project plan. Of course, you can add the start and end date or modify the start and end date here directly in the grid. You cannot drag and drop task in the timeline out here, so the only way to change the start and end date or duration is simply by typing in the grid. I, of course, have multiple views and filters and so on to modify my timeline here. And then another thing I like to point out is, of course, the set baseline, where I can set the baseline for my project here, or I can choose whether it's a manual schedule or auto schedule. Now let's compare that to what we can do in Projectum xPM. So over here, I'm back in Projectum xPM, and let's just go into the timeline. I can see, first of all, I'm presented here with an overview of all the phases that I have in my project. Just gonna re-enable this, and then actually, I'm just going to put it in full screen to have a little bit more space to work on. And then, of course, I can expand all tasks here to level 2, so I can see the individual tasks and dependencies that are running in my project. You will see some of these tasks are actually outside of the finish date, and that is why they are marked as red, because I said the project was going to finish in January, but some of these tasks has been planned outside of January. And then, of course, in the same way, I can use the selection here to change the start and end date, but I can also drag here, so I can simply just shorten this task here or move an entire phase back in time and the individual task here. To arrange my project plan accordingly. Now, when I need to assign people to the task, I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger. Then I can see I got already some people assigned here. Now in Projectum xPM, we don't have to build team in the same way as you have in Project Online. You simply just go in and assign the people you need on your task, and then the team is built in the background. So I could say here I need Christian on this task. And I might want to work 100 hours on this particular task. And I might also need Eric. Let's give him 50 hours on that task. And then, of course, we can go in here and do the copy paste to just add them to a few more tasks here. And the next thing I probably want to do is to set the baseline for my project. And to do that, I simply go in here and say set baseline. I'm just going to call this baseline before gate decision. And it's going to do very much similar to Project Online, setting the baseline with the start and end date and highlighting it by a little bar here below. So when I drag this task here, we can see that it moves according to the baseline, and we can see where the baseline is or was and where the new task is. Now, another thing that we actually don't have in the web for Project Online is the possibility to see the critical path. So if I select this one, it's going to highlight all tasks on the critical path for this particular project. I can see it's actually only highlighting the last task out here. So let's just delete this dependency and move it back to see if we can get a little bit more task on the critical path. Now, another thing that is worth mentioning is that in Project Online, when I create a new project, it's predefined what template I would get into the project. This is a little different in Projectum xPM because here we actually allow the user to choose the project type, or we can of course also apply it to a new project. So let's save this and go into the timeline. Then let's just, doesn't really matter what project type I choose, but then the template can be applied by the project type, or you can allow the users to simply just choose the template. So it might be that I want this fundamentals template, I want the win template. I could of course also start from an AI description, or maybe I wanted the synergy module here. And I can apply that template, and it's applied directly into my project plan. So we can see we got a couple of phases now with milestones and tasks in here. And I see that there is actually not a closure phase. If I want a closure phase, I could go here and then apply a work package on top of that. So I could have a closure phase for the work packages and just apply that down here to build up my project plan. So in that sense, we both support individual templates to begin with and work packages, building blocks, as they were also referred to in Project Online days, to be applied to my project.